Good day, everyone. Today we are going to tackle to you about the family system theory. But first, let me introduce to you myself. I am Maricris RV2 and I am going to give you a brief introductions about family system. According to Love and Ruiz, family system theory asserts that the family is understood by conceptualizing it as a complex, dynamic, and ever-changing set of family parts, subsystems, and members. Ipinapakita ng family system theory na ang family system ay napakakomplikado at dinamiko or dynamics or yung sinasabi nating pabago-bago at patuloy na nagbabago ang set ng bawat bahagi ng pamilya. Ganun din sa subsystems and members. As a subsystem or tinutukoy dito yung isang part ng unit ng family na may kanya-kanyang tungkulin at interactions katulad na lamang ng parent and child relationships, sibling dynamics, or the relationship between a parent and a single child. This subsystem contribute to the overall functioning and dynamics of the family unit. At ang family system theory ay tinulad din sa isang mekaniko na kung saan yung mekaniko ay nakikipag-interact sa isang computer system para ma-detect or makita yung dysfunction or yung kung ma-diagnose kung aling part ng sasakyan ang may sira. Kung ito ba yung electrical or yung fuel or yung transmissions or kung ano pa. Ganun din sa family system. Ang family system theory naman ay ang isang view sa family bilang isang emotional unit that uses system cognitive behavior to describe the group complex interactions. Kung dun sa sasakyan ay ang gamit ay computer system para makita yung or ma-diagnose kung ano yung sira niya, ganun din sa family. Ang gamit naman ay hindi man computer system kundi yung family system theory. Naunawaan pa ba ninyo? Charing. Okay. Sa kabuuan, ang family system theory ay nagbibigay diin sa kahalagahan at pag-unawa sa mga family bilang mga dynamic system ng bahagi at mga subsystem na may sariling tungkulin at interactions. Sa pamamagitan ng ganitong pagtingin, mas maunawaan natin ang komplikadong ugnayan sa loob ng pamilya at mabisang matutugunan ang mga suliranin at hamon na kinakaharap ng bawat pamilya. Next is the definitions of terms. Ang definition of terms ay ang magtatakad ay si Miss Crystal Joy Lining.
Good morning everyone, I am Crystal Joy M. Lining and I will discuss the definition of terms in our topic, family system theory. Ang unang term is family, a related person, meaning a married couple or yung kanilang mga anak at asawa, or pwedeng mga pinsan at tita, yun yung tinatawag na extended family. Pwede rin meron kayong mga adopted pamilya, basta considered as a family yon. Relationship, yun yung connection sa ibang tao or even sa family mo. Like for example, connection sa friends mo, meron kayong pagkakaunawaan, physical at emotional connection. Sa girlfriend or boyfriend nyo, meron kayong love, trust, and respect na nagpapatibay sa relationship nyo. Therapy. Usually, therapy used in treatment as physical, mental, at emotional problems. Ginagamit ang therapy para ma-relieve yung mga stress na nararanasan at makapag-function ulit na maayos ang isang tao. Next is the dysfunction. Term sa mga taong hindi productive sa buhay, hindi nila nagagawa yung bagay na nagagawa ng normal na tao, walang proper relationship, communication sa ibang tao, at dahil syempre yun sa stress na nararanasan. It can be trauma na nagkakos ng unhealthy behavior and attitude. Last is the behavior. an act of someone, it may be good behavior or bad behavior, reaction ng isang tao sa environment niya, at may iba't ibang uri ng behavior ang isang tao. May aggressive behavior like for example, naninigaw ng isang tao, pero syempre may reason like that person may be dealing with a lot of stress. May behavior rin na good, kagaya ng pagiging mabait. For example, people helping others and understand them.
So, good morning everyone. I am Principal Sangkay. To continue our discussion about the family system theory, let's move on to the application of this theory in social casework. So, according sa social work in 2023, ang mga preceding application of family system theory in conducting social casework ay ang una is holistic perspective. So, dito, ini-encourage na social workers na makonsider yung broader context in which individuals and families operate. So, dito is mas kinukonsider niya kung gaano kalawak ba yung nakaka-apekto sa family at sa mga family member nito. Then, yung social worker ay nagdi-deal sila ng mga complex situations, yung iba't ibang branches ang mga causes ng problem where many variables interact. Identify the various systems an individual or family interacts with, such as family, school, work, or community, and understand how changes in one system might affect one another. For instance, a change in the family systems like diversion parents, so nakaka-apekto ito sa pag-aaral ng isang bata kasi nga yung pag-uwi niya, nag-aaway pa mula niya, naghiwalay, so yung stress. So, yung changes nito is ina-assess nila, ina-address nila para yung social dysfunctioning sa loob ng family is matugunan niya yung role niya na expected ng community, ng family niya. So, dito naman papasok si multi-layered challenges. So, social workers, nire-recognize naman nila yung different factors that might influence someone's behavior in a family. For example, may isang bata na natin wala siyang kahate kasi only child lang siya. Then, dumating yung bunso niya kapatid. Nagkaroon ng favoritism in the family. Yung pangalan-anak ay nabibigyan ng less favor kaya lumayo ang loob niya sa kanyang mga magulang. So dahil dito, naapektuhan yung kanyang behavior kung dati masiyahan siya ngayon, naman is iba yung mood niya dahil nasa stress. Then, hindi siya halos nakikipag-usap sa family niya, especially his parents kasi nga parang feel niya is iniwanan siya, na-left behind siya hanggang sa magkaroon na siya ng mga barkada, hindi na siya pumapasok sa school, nagkaroon na siya ng mga bisyo at a very young age. And then, umapunta sa point na yung nanay niya mismo is na-stress na at kapag umuwi naman siya, lagi silang nag-aaway ng tatay niya. So, dito nagka-clash. At dito papasok si social worker para i-assess niya yung pwedeng maging root cause ng problem nila. And sa assessment is palalawakin niya yun. Iisa-isahin niya yun para makita niya kung ano nga ba talaga yung gap na nangyayari sa family. And then, yung interconnectedness. So, ang social work, they involve solving complex and interconnected social problems. So, dito, yung mga problem dito is magkakaugnay pa. And then, dito is nagka-create sila ng intervention that will address the root cause rather than the symptoms. They are interconnected and have ripple effects inside the family. So, yung mga mga problem na yun is, sila yung mga underlying problems. Ang ikapan dito ng social worker is yung root cause ba? Para yung effects ng family is mawala na siya during the intervention. Malalaman nila yung kung ano nga ba yung punot dulo ng problema. And then we have the self-sufficiency. It strengthens the system of an individual rather than making them independent on the given external support. So, dito is tinutulungan nila yung kliyente na masustain niya yung system niya. So, dito is tinutulungan nila na ma-understand ng client kung ano nga ba yung strength nila, yung weaknesses nila, kung ano nga ba yung rights nila, yung rights to access nila, yung mga resources nila para mas matulungan sila na ma-provide yung kanilang sarili ng courage. And then dito is papasok yung cultural competence. So ang cultural competence naman is, dito is yung social worker is being aware of what is the differences at lalong mas magiging aware siya kung ano nga ba dapat yung sabihin niya sa client, kung ano nga ba dapat yung tamang intervention na ibibigay niya sa client para mas maging effective ba, para mas makatulong doon sa tao at makuha niya yung root cause talaga ng problem. Kasi one of the factors na nakaka-apekto din naman ng problem is yung sa culture, yung beliefs, and then yung norms din ng isang tao. So, sa buong family is may mga times talaga na hindi nagkakaunawaan ba? Especially at mayroong mga factors na nakaka-apekto maliban pa sa family. Like yung environment niya, yung mga nakaka-influence sa kanila. Kaya yung mga problema is interconnected talaga sa isa't isa. Kaya dapat is malaman talaga kung ano yung root cause ng problema nila para doon magpo-focus yung social worker. Hindi lang sa mga underlying problems. Kasi kung masasolusyon naman kaagad yung underlying problems, nandun pa rin yung root cause, hindi pa rin alam ng social worker. So, babalik at babalik lang yung mga underlying problems. O, worse is, meron pang madagdag na iba pa. Kaya dapat is, malaman talaga ng social worker kung ano yung root cause ng problem sa isang family para mas makuha nila yung social function nila as an individual and also part of the community. That's all that. Thank you everyone. Next reporter, please.
Good day everyone, my name is Rainiel F. Ribamonte and I am here to discuss the sample case of our group report. The title of this case is The Case Study of Jim and Kathy. This case study is written by Bynum. In this case, Jim is a 28-year-old male married with one child, Johnny, who is 3. Jim is a used car salesman and owns his own business for the past 4 years. Jim drinks often, about 4 days of week with an average of 6 beers each evening. Goes out with the guys and states he is stressed and this is a way for him to relax. Jim is often moody and irritable when he is at home. Jim and Kathy have been married for 2 years and have one child together. Kathy has given Jim the ultimatum of divorce in order for him to attend family counseling. Kathy states that since Johnny has been born, Jim is increasingly home less often and their communication is so limited that she often feels like a single parent. Kathy stated that the man she married was one that was outgoing, relaxed, and always communicative. Kathy has expressed that she often wonders if Jim is cheating, as their romantic relations have decreased immensely and he is often preoccupied or on the phone with what she states is business calls. Kathy wonders if he is feeling less attracted to her because she has gained some weight and no longer works. Kathy is concerned that Jim's drinking and irritability are affecting Johnny in a negative way, as she states that Johnny is becoming needier with her and often cries when she leaves, which was not an issue in the past. Jim is reluctant to go to counseling. Due to Kathy's ultimatum, Jimmy feels that Kathy is overreacting and has stated that he is very busy and stressed as the economy has become rough this last year. Jim has stated that Kathy just has too much time on her hands and does not realize how much work goes into having your own business. Jim does not feel that they need therapy and states that his wife is so dramatic all the time. Jimmy comes from a divorced family with an alcoholic mother and a workaholic father. Jim's mother has been in many relationships and remarried 3 times. Jim's mother continually calls Jim to help her with money, and she does not work. Jim and his father see each other a few times a year, usually during the holidays.
Here's a mahaba assessment. In Jim and Scotty's case, lack of communication, drinking, and close relationship with his mother appeared to have created a pattern of continuous dysfunction in relationship. Jim's mother transmitted her emotional problem to Jim because he constantly needed to have his needs met and solve his problem by drinking like his mother did throughout his child. Jim's differential behavior seemed to merge with his mother as he continues to seek approval and acceptance, leading to complex and marital dysfunction. So, si Jim ay naimpluwensya ng ugali at asal ng kanyang ina mula pagkabata na nagpapakita ng pag-inom ng alak bilang solusyon sa problema. Habang siya ay lumalaki, ipinakita niya rin ang katulad ng pag-uugali tulad ng pagiging labis na nangangailangan ng atensyon at paggamit ng alak para sa kanyang mga suliranin. Ito ay nagpapakita na ang kanyang mga kilos ay posibleng resulta ng natutunang pag-uugali mula sa kanyang ina, isang psychological na pattern na tinatawag na learned behavior na maaring naipasa ng magulang sa anak.
And now, I am here to discuss the intervention that was done in this case. The first we have here is the individual therapy. Jim's situation being an alcoholic and his stress management needs to be addressed. Kumbaga, ang main purpose ng therapy na to is para ma-address yung pagiging alcoholic nitong si Jim. At upang ipabatid sa kanya na yung mga actions na is nagli-lead sa mga negative consequences. Isa sa consequence na to is yung well-being at yung mental health ng kanyang asawang si Cathy. At umaabot na rin sa point na naapektuhan na din yung kanilang anak. Kumbaga, ang pinaka-main purpose ng therapy na to is para ma-convince at ma-empower na itong si Jim upang tulungan niya ang sarili niya. At through that helping process is magkaroon ng mas magandang future yung relationship nila at itong family niya. Kung nag-a-undergo siya ng therapy na to, madedevelop niya yung mga coping mechanisms na kailanganin niya para ma-resolve niya yung mga issues at yung mga personal problems niya. And another intervention that we have here is the marital counseling. The couple can benefit from the session to rebuild trust, have a strong connection, for better communication, and in order for them to address intimacy issues. Na counseling na to na ma-fix yung mga marital issues nila at ma-regain nila yung trust nila sa isa't isa. Layunin din ito na magtulungan sila na upang magkaroon ng mas malinaw at mas open na komunikasyon tungo sa isa't isa. Kailangan ding i-address sa counseling na to yung mga certain situations na para bang feeling nitong si Cathy is nineneglect siya at parang iniwasan siya nitong si Jim. At kailangan ding maintindihan nitong si Jim na kapag pumasok ka sa isang relasyon, mayroong mga certain expectations at roles na dapat mong gampanan. Isa na dito ay ang pagiging mabuting asawa at ang pagiging ama.